This is just the pre everything.
Pre-game.
AFK?
You know, we got to give people a chance to tune in. All right. So is Ted here?
Yep.
All right. So I guess everybody's here.
Ew. Ugh.
I'll give it when the stream's been on for 5 minutes. We got like a minute and a half left, and then I'll start it.
I had some coffee.
This podcast was recorded on March 18th, 2017. Thanks for joining us.
Woo!
Okay. This is episode 4 of the Rocket Lounge podcast. We are going to be talking about, for the most part, not most part, but main topic for today is the video game movies done well. Or can they be done well? As we all knew, a little bit of news, there is, Metal Gear is being turned into a movie. And the director had some very nice insight after I've read what he had to say. So it seems he knows for the most part that, he knows he can't really fuck up. It's a touchy thing when you're adapting a game into a movie. But before I get into that, let me do introductions. So here we have joining us for this week's episode is Farmer Ted.
Woo!
We've got NIGHTBOT.
Hello.
And we've got Dylan.
Hello.
Roxas is here too, but his mic's off. So I don't know, he might pop in from time to time. And you've got me, your captain. So that's who's joining us. Now let's get back to what we were discussing.
Metal Gear.
Have there been any video game movies that you guys think actually were pretty damn good, despite what the masses have said?
Let's see here. I think
There
the
might be
only
one or
game
two, but
movie that
honestly,
I've
they're not coming to
seen
mind.
were the Resident Evil ones.
The Resident Evil ones.
Yeah, those are the only ones that I can recall seeing. Oh, no, wait. There was the Mario Brothers movie.
Oh God.
Oh, I will never say that one was a good movie, or at least correlated with the actual fucking game. But it was fucking hilarious. I will say that much. It was a bad movie, and it was funny for it.
I don't think I've seen very many video game movies.
That's because oh shit! I forgot about the Tomb Raiders.
Oh.
Alright, now let me say this again. Are there ones that you think did well? I like how you all just said well.
Not really.
I would
Like,
say
nothing,
the
like,
Tomb Raiders
amazing.
did decent. Not great, but decent.
Decent. Alright.
Yeah.
Success-wise,
more or less the point.
Success-wise for business, or I should say business-wise, Resident Evil did gross over $1 billion. I did not enjoy the last one a lot because of the way they edited it. Don't even bother with it. The way they edited that film, it makes it impossible to relax. Like, it's always just a shaky cam in that damn thing, and I hate it when directors do this. When you have a fight scene and then you're shaking it as if you're like there's too much going around. No, they just can't do that. It's just bad.
I will say the first two of the series were probably the best.
3 wasn't that bad either.
It wasn't bad. It's just
The
I would
boss
say it
fights
started
were
to drop
always-
off there.
Yeah. I did like 4 in a way, but not the fight scenes too much, especially with Wesker. But that's because they were catering too much to the fucking 3D bullshit.
3D, bro.
The whole movie was just advertised for 3D.
Nice.
And then they had to force these movements, or make these actors do these stupid things, and then they hold on to these shots, and they don't really need to do that.
Well, at least they paid homage to 5. That much I can like.
You could pay homage, but it didn't mean it was good.
Not saying it was amazing, Scooter. I'm just saying I like the fact they did that.
I'm saying you can lead a horse to water, but you can't fuck it after.
That's where you're wrong. Anyway.
So there is one movie I feel that did really well in turning it. It didn't really follow the storyline to the T, but it still did it nonetheless. A good job in my opinion. And that's the Silent Hill, the first one. That movie.
Yeah.
If there's any other video game movie I could think of, then I'll let you know. But as so far, that's probably got to take the cake on best video game movie that I can think of.
I mean, there was some of the Final Fantasy titles there. They're pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, again,
How about Final
another
Fantasy,
fucking
yeah.
game movie that I forgot.
But that's
Yeah.
CG. I'm talking about like live action.
Live action, yeah.
Can't say much else. I mean, no, that doesn't count.
I haven't seen
Movie
the
came
Red.
first.
Yeah, and I haven't even seen Ratchet and Clank's CG yet. Resident Evil CG films are pretty good, all those. But when it comes to live action, yeah, that there's really none out there. The House of the Dead one was completely horrible. I don't know
I
if
mean,
you
I
guys.
can say
Wait,
Have
there
you guys
was a
seen
House
that?
of the Dead?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's the House of the Dead.
Hmm.
And you know
Well,
what?
I mean-
The whole thing was just so they could play that one song. Oh, gonna make me lose my mind up in here, up in here.
Huh?
It was made a while ago.
I just don't stand up to most of these comic book hero movies we got going on now, especially Logan. Dope as fuck.
Logan did a fantastic job of setting it apart from how a comic book movie, comic book movie can be made.
Yeah. Set the
I-
fucking bar.
I'm really hoping they do learn from Logan. I'm not gonna spoil too much because I don't want to, spoilers.
Yeah, for those of our viewers and those who are with us who haven't seen it yet, we'd rather not be that guy.
At least not yet.
Anyway,
So what needs to happen for a video game movie to be done well? Give me one example, Ted.
I think it's the immersion.
Immersion?
You have to have your audience immersed in the experience itself. Make movies so good is it's a good escape from reality because you suspend your disbelief of whatever's going on screen, kind of like you see in Star Wars a lot. Suspend our disbelief for the Force, and we accept that it's a ever-living thing and that it controls some of the aspects of our universe. Some things that aren't supposed to be possible happen because the Forces will it. Well, the Force wills it. Kind of like in Rogue One, where I can't remember his name, but the blind man made it across that beachhead and he pulled the lever. When obviously he's getting shot at
Spoilers.
by a squad. Well, no, they've had time for that. Okay,
Yeah,
they've had time.
It's already on DVD.
But he makes it across and he pulls the lever and then dies, which
On DVD for real? Already?
It should be.
probably I wouldn't be surprised. It's already what, March? Yeah, it's March 18th.
Let me see.
Been plenty of time. That shit came out December.
Oh no, it's April 4th.
Oh well, it's coming around the corner. Either way, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the immersion for me.
Is it
If I can't believe what's going on screen, or if I think it's corny or cheesy, anything that detracts from my experience, that's a big problem.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Had a yawn
I
real
would
quick.
agree with that. Because the whole selling point of a video game is that the game makes you feel like you're the one that's doing everything.
Especially those that rely on gameplay rather than story,
Yeah.
or anything of that.
Matt, what do you
Interactive
think?
experience.
What do you think needs to be done as an example to make a good video game film?
Well, honestly, I would see it being a very difficult challenge for whoever actually tries to take on that fact. But much like Ted, you actually do kind of need to immerse the person into it.
No.
Or if you're going to do a adaptation, you should try and stay as faithful to the original source as possible.
Now, sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, because a lot of people want to see a movie, but they don't. Some people don't even want to see the whole thing retold, even though they've already
I
played
know.
it.
That's why I'm saying they should try and stay as faithful as they can. I mean, take the Super Mario Brothers on how much leeway they had. Would you even call that even Mario?
I mean,
At all.
how can you even write a story about Mario, really? It's
Yeah,
just
I know,
him
but
going through a bunch
but
of
regardless,
woods and
do
lands.
the comparison of their of the gameplay or even anything from the Mario game and compare it to the fucking movie. There
May
is
I
no
remind you-
similarities. There are minuscule things like the bombs or Mario and Luigi being named Mario and Luigi.
Why don't we just have a R-rated Mario film? It could just be this crack addict who just
No.
took shrooms, and then
No.
he's just starting to think, he's doing something and saving people. It could be like a M. Night Shyamalan film where it turns to
Oh,
what the
God.
twist. The twist can be just he's actually been the princess the whole time. He's a cross-dresser. Save me,
No.
Mario! He puts a lipstick on himself while eating more shrooms.
What the fuck?
And
Yeah.
This one down the
People
hole.
His
I was
brother-
ready
say
for it.
I'm the strange one.
his brother Luigi can be the guy, his brother who is trying to get him into rehab, or it's actually Bowser. Yoshi is just a dog, or a turtle. He
I'm
could
trying
be a
to think
turtle.
if there's any video game movie I've actually seen. With a fat goose egg, I believe.
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, may I remind you that the longest piece of literature that mankind has ever written is fucking Super Smash Bros. Fan fiction that's still going.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, I know what
The
you're talking about.
longest
I've read
piece
some of,
of
that shit, bro.
literature is fucking Super Smash Bros. Fan fiction.
I've never heard
Still
of
going.
this.
You have heard it now.
What
That's
the
our
hell's it
standing
called?
achievement.
I don't remember. What the hell is it called? I don't remember.
How long?
I have no fucking idea.
Is it just a blog of some sort, or a novel?
No,
I
it's
don't know.
a fan fiction story
I-
wrote by a fan of the game.
I know that, but how is he writing it?
But
I don't know.
chapters.
God damn it! All right, is it online in a blog form? Is it a book kind of thing?
No,
Script?
it is
I don't know.
fucking okay.
Comic?
It's done through a website called fanfiction.net.
Okay.
You know what fanfiction.net is?
No.
Basically, you write your story down and you can publish it to a private. I don't want to say a private author, but kind of like a private web server, where other people can read it, review it, and kind of critique it.
Okay, here we go. It's over 3,500,000 words long. It's 7 volumes. It's a fucking novel. It's fucking big. Okay,
It's a
fucking big.
massive piece of fucking literature. I
Yeah.
tried to read some of that shit, and I gave up, bro.
Why? Is it
Too
bad?
goddamn long.
How regularly do they update it?
I don't know.
When I was reading, the guy was updating it pretty fucking regularly.
He probably gets a Patreon just for all that.
God damn it, they scored.
Probably.
But of course, when I was reading it, I think it's like what, a 17-year-old that's writing it or something. So it's not top quality fan fiction.
Just really fucking long.
It's just a
That's
gimmick.
called commitment.
It's just a gimmick, huh?
That ain't no gimmick.
It's a
He
gimmick.
probably is really invested in it. Think about it. He's taking something where you just beat the shit out of the other guy and that's it. You win. He's turning that into a fucking long-ass piece of literature, let alone the longest we've ever made.
How do I not know? So if I read this thing, am I gonna see some kind of sex scenes at all?
No idea. I've not read it.
It's T-rated.
Well, there you go.
So only boob action?
No,
Big quest.
No boob action.
How do you write something for that long with that? I mean, I guess there is a lot of
Yes.
amount of characters to work with.
Well, you probably
It's
just
based
keep it
off
really
of,
open-ended.
What's the newest Smash Brothers? I don't remember.
Just Brawl?
No, there was one after Brawl, wasn't there? One for the Wii U, wasn't there?
Melee was before. There's
Not really. More of a what's it called? There wasn't one for the Wii U. It was a Smash Brothers for the handheld.
But yeah.
right.
Anyway, I mean, he's proven it can be done, so
I guess.
pretty impressive.
I don't even know how to go through that, but All right, so then Dylan, what do you think should be an example of, going back to our original question, what would you do if you were making a video game movie?
Pick a video game I really liked.
Okay. I mean, like...
That's a bad answer.
Thank you.
I'm just being critical, nothing personal. It's just a bad answer.
He asked me what would I do. That's the first thing I would do.
Well, obviously you're
I'd
gonna
pick
pick
a
the one that
game
you've
I
played
liked
or
and that I
liked.
knew a lot about.
Okay, well, you're just doing it because you like it, or
Say you
because
did-
it qualifies
say-
as a good movie?
I'm doing it because I know about the fucking game, and I can
Alright.
actually incorporate the lore and shit aspects into it.
Say you did
That's
all
a
that.
better answer.
Say you did all that. Now you're starting the direction. You're making of the film. What's one thing that you would first start on?
Picking believable characters, or constructing my characters so that they're true to the form they are in the game. The game I'm picking, it's probably gotta have, what's the word for it? Believable characters.
Believable characters.
And, my actors have to be able to represent those characters accurately. So if I'm playing something like, I don't know, what's the movie that just recently came out? The Assassin's Creed movie that just came out. Those aren't really very believable characters, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to believe.
I totally forgot. Sorry, I totally forgot I didn't see that movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it either. I'm just saying though. Those assassins, those aren't like everyday type of people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're hard to portray. Therefore, I don't think that would make a good story-driven movie. I would group that more like a Fast and Furious movie, where it's more based on the action than more so than the story.
Fast and Furious Assassin's Creed version.
So I would make sure I picked one that was focused on story, something like Mass Effect or hell, I don't know, The Elder Scrolls maybe.
I think
What's the
Mass
most
Effect could
focused
be a
story?
great movie. There's a lot of
Yeah, Mass Effect would definitely be one of those. The Assassin's Creed, again, would be one of those good choices, in my opinion, anyways.
Give him a scooter.
Or even the Final Fantasies.
They can totally just make just get the universe of Mass Effect too. They don't even need to follow that storyline too much.
Yeah.
Because there's so many damn planets and things you can go in. And hello, Ermine. No, you're not too late. The podcast has been on for about, let's see,
10 or so minutes.
18 minutes.
Long.
Minus 5 because we were just waiting.
13.
Yeah. But
yeah, I feel in order to be successful, you would definitely need to make sure your characters can be portrayed accurately.
portrayed accurately. Alright, so just make sure you have a rich dialogue.
Actual fucking character development would be nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most video games don't focus on that kind of stuff.
Well, it takes a long time. Most people focus more on the mechanics of the games than they can, and you run into a lot of problems during development there. Oh yeah. What I would do is I would try to get the fucking executives away from the decision making as much as possible, because when they get their greedy little hands in this kind of shit, we get pieces of shit that happen like the Suicide Squad movie, or the Batman v Superman stuff. Some of those.
Outside influences are pretty shit.
Platinum, you can fit decent character development in a movie in that amount of time. I'm trying to think of a good example on what actually did that.
Come the fuck on, dude.
What was? Can you think of
I
one?
didn't fucking realize that. I'm playing with two fucking AIs.
Can you think of one, Ted, that a movie that's fit very good character development, like on a massive amount in a short amount of time?
Dude, you ever seen The Patriot?
No, I haven't.
There's your movie.
The Patriot.
It's called The Patriot.
Why does it sound
Mel
like?
Gibson?
Yep. Dude, we watched it like 1,000 times in school.
Mel Gibson's
to
in line to. I think he's actually in the lead to be the new director of Suicide Squad too.
Really?
Yeah. So you know what? This could work. You never know. I mean, I know he's been directing a lot more lately. He's been just not acting as much.
I think Mad Max had good character development. And in general, it was a really good movie.
The new one.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good movie, but in terms of him for his Tom Hardy's character, Max.
I think he had decent development. I wasn't saying it's like Oscar worthy, but it's definitely good. Because
For me, it wasn't enough.
Imagine the intro and then where he ended up at, and you can definitely see a change, especially in his state of mind.
It's kind of hard for me to figure that out because all I remember is just him going like the whole fucking movie.
Let's see. What I know, there's fucking movies out there that have nailed this shit on the head. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I can't really quote examples. But maybe Cloud Atlas. Maybe that rings any bells for anyone if they've seen that recently enough.
It was kind of okay. Cloud Atlas. I think it's a little overrated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty
There
good.
were definitely some good parts, but there was a lot of stuff I saw that just it didn't need to be there.
Like what?
There were some scenes.
Let's say that for a different stream because we think if we did that we would just drift from the topic.
I mean, we're still doing stuff. Like it still pertains like to how movies are, but so
Yeah.
let me go back to this. So back to what this guy was saying regarding Metal Gear. Let me pull this up real quick, just so I don't mispronounce.
Quote.
Misquote. Thank you. So he was talking about, let's see, since he's doing Metal Gear, he says, Metal Gear Solid is like a spicy dish. It's hard, it pushes back on its player in an awesome way, and it's a wild experience, and when you hang in there, it is satisfying. Now, what it has for it, it's going to be an action film, so that right off the bat, it's going to attract the attention. Hideo Kojima makes a lot of long-ass cutscenes, so people that already play Metal Gear, they'll like that if it's already in a movie. It's just like watching one of those big long cutscenes.
Yeah.
The problem is getting them to believe in the characters. Going back to what you were saying, I think Dylan or who said character development?
I did.
Yeah, Dylan.
Oh yeah.
And he's been talking to Kojima. So, but Kojima's a little reluctant to be talking about it. I think Kojima's just done with Metal Gear and all that other stuff. He just wants to move forward with
the atrocity that is Survive. Yeah.
He's just gonna work to just put all that behind him. That guy's probably got some PTSD with how Konami's been treating him. Because he says he's been trying to get him to talk about the games, but he just shuts down on them. So, I'm really trying. I told Ted this. Like, they should just bring in Keith or Sutherland to play Snake for the movie. That would be funny. So, I know Uncharted movie has been going off and on a lot in development, and I think that's being published by Sony. Pretty damn sure it would be. But we kind of dodged a bullet with that one because I think Mark Wahlberg was going to be fucking Nathan Drake in the other one they were trying to make. That would have been a terrible idea.
I saw somebody was talking about Chris Pratt. Damn, I can't say his fucking name.
Pratt.
Chris Pratt being Nathan Drake. And I think that would be a pretty good combo.
I think I could see it.
I can kind of see it too.
He kind of looks like Nate.
I'd be too afraid of him being the wrong type of goof, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
And for me, Chris Pratt's characters are more like clownish goofs than actual.
Look at Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Like he's good there, but I can't see him.
I mean, yeah, he's good,
believable.
but he's got what you're talking about. The kind of goofy character.
Yeah, goofy character. So Star-Lord, it's pretty good for him to be in that one. But for Nathan, who I wish Nathan Fillion was still in better shape and younger, because he could have played Nathan Drake pretty well. They're just gonna have to go with an unknown character, but they'll never do that because they want someone who can sell. That's why they got Scarlett Johansson for fucking the Major and Ghost in the Shell.
Oh.
A lot of people just watch, if there was another Jim Carrey movie, I'll just watch it because I love him so much.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter really what the movie would be. So that's what they're kind of doing, for the most part. People love Scarlett Johansson, so hey, they'll go and watch this fucking movie regardless, because I bet you a lot of the people that watch the Ghost in the Shell, they don't even know what the fuck the anime is. Like, at all. They just see, hey, I love that girl's tits. Let's go watch it. And plus, she's in all the Avengers movies.
Yep.
So they know her from that. To be honest, though, I think Scarlett Johansson's starting to get a little bit too used in everything.
Yeah. Kind of get tired of seeing it. Don't get me wrong, she's hot, but when you shove it down my throat at 24/7, it loses a lot of the effect.
I think if they would just keep it consistent rather than multiple different roles and just stick to a few roles, shit's better off that way.
Well, if they can act it well. The problem is with Scarlett, she kind of acts the same in everything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if they gave her fewer roles, but more
kind of like
turns
Jason
on those
Statham.
Roles, better.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Jason Statham or Statham, however you say it.
He's
Every
got-
time he plays a role, he's always a silent, badass, kicks everybody's fucking ass.
That's because I don't think he can
That's
probably
all
act
of his
well.
fucking roles.
He just needs to get into talking with somebody so he can act a little more. There was a movie he was pretty good in that I can't remember what it was. I think it was The Mechanic.
Yeah, The Mechanic was a really good movie.
I just keep seeing him as an Irish guy though, or a Scottish.
Damn it.
What
Tried.
All right, let's go next. That'll do it for the movie news.
Want to talk about
Yeah.
Andromeda?
Let's talk about Andromeda for a little bit. So if you guys don't know, Mass Effect Andromeda is under fire a lot for the animations and subpar plot lines. I don't know too much about the gameplay yet. I know it looks kind of gorgeous besides the animations. I've seen some examples of some people just showing NPCs just strutting. Strut.
Yeah.
And some lifeless ass face models. So we'll have to look at some of that later. But whew, what do you think happened there, Ted? I think they probably just ran out of time. They were just forced.
No. I think it's just fucking shitty directing on whoever's leading those fucking teams. That are people that are so incompetent they don't even know what the fuck they're doing.
Well, there's
Don't
so
fuck
much.
it up like that.
There's so much dialogue in this fucking game. I don't know if you heard, there was over 1,400 fucking speaking roles in Andromeda. That's a lot.
There's only 28 letters in the English alphabet. You can only make so many animations for those letters coming together. The quality alone. It'd be fine if there were only some lines that were fucked up when it came to how they looked. But in general, the entire animation sucks. Walking sucks. Emotes suck. It's just balls, man. It's balls. How do you fuck all of it up? Regardless. Either incompetence. It's definitely not enough time because they had enough time to do the rest of the game, mechanic-wise and graphics-wise. It's fine.
No, I really think they just ran out of time pushing a release date with all those speaking roles, man. Because animation takes so much time. I
They
can't
had the
imagine.
other games to build off of. How did they not reuse assets
They're
from there?
reusing a new engine this time, though.
Ugh.
This is the Frostbite engine now.
New house, old paint.
New household paint. It doesn't work like that, bro.
If you know
They
what
had to
you're already
rebuild
gonna go
everything
for,
from the ground up.
Done
Do new
this-
models.
yes,
everything.
you had to rebuild it, but you already know what you're looking for because you've done this 3 times in a row already.
But
How do you go from good quality to shit tier?
It's not that it's terrible shit. It's just the fact that they didn't smooth it out. They couldn't smooth it out in that amount of time. It's how do I put this?
Better work from indie devs. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, we'll have to see about
It could be a
actually
blunder
playing
like
the game because
it could be like Colonial Marines, where they just like outsourced it and they got dumped, and so they had to go from scratch on like really limited time. I could see that.
I mean, they could have,
That's what
and they just haven't
That's
told
what happened with
anybody.
Marines.
They probably just
My
didn't tell
teammates
anybody, and
are
that's probably
fucking
could have happened.
traitors.
But I really had high hopes for this game, and I still do. But that's what patches are for, I guess. That's the norm now. Like it or
No,
not.
I think we should not accept the bullshit of an excuse.
Hell no.
We don't have to accept it, but it's still reality.
No. See, the consumer controls that.
The consumer should control that.
It's never
A lot
gonna
of people
change.
don't realize they fucking can.
No, it's never gonna change. People are.
Money.
It will never change.
If they don't, no. When a project fucking look at Scalebound. Okay, look at Scalebound for example. If you're not gonna make your money off a product, you fucking can it, or you don't make the fucking same mistake again. That's exactly what happens. Don't tell me you don't fucking can't change reality, because this is the market we're looking at. If you produce shit products as a AAA title company, you're gonna tank. We don't have room for error like that anymore. There's so many indie devs and shit like Steam coming on the titles. You got plenty of competition. Plenty. It's not like back then when we didn't have access to these services and to this amount of competition in the market.
I agree with that halfway, but I still think otherwise. I know
My
Scalebound was
teammates
definitely
betrayed
because
me
of
and scored
development
2 goals on
issues.
me, right? I have returned the fucking favor.
Okay, but anyway, Scalebound suffered a lot of development issues, and they canned that shit. So I don't know.
Wasn't it because they were taking too long?
It was taking too long, but the boss fights weren't quite the way they wanted it to be. Like, it just didn't fit in well with how they were doing it. And I think it was a lot worse looking than what they showed us. Like, the games always look a little worse than before, but still. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. It was in development hell. So hopefully they get their shit together. We'll see how it is in the future. Next we got Dark Souls 3 PvP arenas. Kevin.
Woo!
Ring City comes out when?
Is it the 28th?
Is it the 28th?
I think so.
So in 10 days. And with that comes new PvP areas. I know we could probably group up this time with a better system for grouping up with your friends against people.
Yeah, they're okay. So for those who own fucking hell, Ashes of Ariandel, you're getting 2 new arenas, and those who own Ring City will have the option to team up with their friends during the undead match and go PvP with other people. I'm not sure how this is going to change the arena, how it works
Do you
with
know
randoms.
how it works? The whole teaming up process? Like, does
Probably
it involve the password matchmaking system, or have they not said yet?
I do not know that specific, but it probably will be. I mean, it's simple as hell. I don't see why they wouldn't do it. That are just, I really hope they don't do something like Dark Souls 2 and we have all at the same sign or some god or some shit and hope you make it together. That would be just straight ass. So I'm really hoping it's something like the password system, because that just works terrifically for 3. That's a good thing to expand upon. But do I know specifically? No.
How else could they make that better, though?
Well, I'm hoping like they keep going forward with that kind of direction, because it's how do you fuck it up is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You would have to know the actual password.
This is the
Be a
actual
problem.
This is the last DLC ever for Dark Souls, right?
No. Might be the last. It's the last that Kishi, what's his name, is actually going to work on.
They're putting it down for now, and I don't blame them. It's fine if they move on to other things. It does not mean that they're done with the universe, at least to my knowledge. That's how I interpret it.
Well, I can't wait to play that thing. I really hope they expand with Solaire in this, or at least tell us the Firstborn, because we need to know. Unless they're just gonna be dicks and go implied shit here and there.
Well, maybe it's just reach, but I do think that the Ring City is going to be the dark side, because 3, we went back to the first flame, which is pretty amazing enough. And if I were to make a bet with From, it's going to be something of that caliber. If it is going to be the last we see of Dark Souls for a long time, if at all.
Well, if this is supposed to be the conclusion to the franchise, the ring, actually explaining the whole hollowing system and shit just makes fucking sense.
I'll have to look at Vadi's channel because I think he started explaining a little bit. That guy just dissects the DLC to a T, and I really enjoy his narration.
I'm gonna play through and make my own judgments first.
Yeah, same here.
I'm gonna watch because I'm not into this as much as you guys, or at least.
Well,
pay
you aren't
attention.
gonna play it?
No, I meant like, I'm not gonna watch his. No, he didn't do it like, he didn't play the DLC. He just is dissecting from what he saw in the trailers and kind of cross-referencing some things.
I see.
He does that a lot. So he does this thing called Prepare to Cry, and it's just basically explains the background to each NPC that you come across in Dark Souls. It's a really good playlist that you guys should watch. If you don't know a few things, I watched a lot of his stuff, and yeah, it's really good.
That's good.
I'll link you later to his channel.
Okay.
But yeah, hopefully that gives us a lot of stuff there.
I might have seen one or two of his videos.
You might have.
I think there was a theory about Ornstein and becoming the Drake that the nameless king rides upon.
That's the one I tagged you in, right? That I linked you to?
I think so.
That wasn't Vadi, that was another guy.
Well,
Same concept, though.
This is how I know that Yol dies by that one bitch, and that you didn't believe me.
We never said we didn't believe you.
No, Ted didn't believe me.
I don't know.
She kills him, man.
I'm not saying it couldn't be so. I'm just saying again.
I'll find it. I'll show you that one
all
first.
Speculation.
There's evidence that she kills him.
Well, you have to worry about the validity of the evidence because look at Dark Souls' nature. I'm not trying to be a dick here, but you have to remind yourself. From does this on purpose, where you have to tell the story yourself.
The arenas?
We already covered pretty much what is to be said. I mean, that was literally it.
I mean, arenas are just maps, man.
We're getting to
They're
more
special.
Places with ashes, and those who own Ring City will have the ability to team up with their friends.
That's it.
And that's it. That's all we know. Remember, I tagged you in that earlier. You read it.
Weapons, armor.
I haven't looked into that. I didn't want to look into new armors and shit for the DLC. I just wanted to go over the details with Arena specifically because I knew it's a good feature to the game. I just wish they had, again, like you, had included that feature at the beginning. Have your friends match up and go gang some fools. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about Arena.
We'll have to bring the 4 horsemen into that.
Perhaps we shall.
We need to finish those builds, by the way.
Yeah. Time.
So, next on the topics, we got StarCraft Brood War remake within the year. And also, they're getting HD textures.
Yeah, it's gonna be an HD.
You know more about that than me.
Original game. If I'm not mistaken, I think said it. I mean, this is just rumors again.
God damn it, Outlaw! Stop taking all the fucking boost, bitch.
But it's been a game that stood the test of time and has definitely still garnered a lot of audiences, the U.S. and globally. It's definitely one of Korea's pastimes as well. I would love to see it come back because it's just a phenomenal game, and the audience it can bring back to esports as well is top notch. Because it's so punishing compared to StarCraft 2, where you can afford to make these mistakes. It's also more competitive, I would say, because of the way it's structured. But disregarding all that, going back to the original rumor, sometime within April, May-ish, I'm thinking. Might be wrong about that, but I'm thinking that's where it is. Don't quote me though. But to my knowledge, it would just be a basic
fucking teammates.
HD texture remastering of the original Brood War.
Okay.
I would love to see like a modernized UI and other features from StarCraft 2, but I don't think they were going to do that. Which, in its own right, competitively speaking, I'd rather have the original setup. Better that way.
Hopefully it doesn't lag with all those textures, though.
No, it won't. They're rebuilding the whole experience. They're also rebuilding the BattleNet services for it. So it'd definitely be an enjoyable experience. You do a mess.
It's almost like they're making StarCraft 3.
Not quite. No.
Usually when development companies do this kind of shit, like a remake of the first or whatever, it's because they have something in the works already for a new game, and they're trying to get more people into the franchise that haven't yet. So they bring out this kind of, like this, for example, like the HD texture pack, or like, hey, you guys should play this. It looks so good now.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, Mountain Blade Warband got an HD texture pack update, I believe.
How does
recently.
it look, though?
I haven't looked at it, but honestly, the fact that they're still attending to it, and it's an older title, it's pretty cool. I like seeing stuff like that being done in the old legacy projects.
Right.
So for those of us who still enjoy it, or whenever we, happen to come back on it, we can definitely enjoy that.
That we shall. All right.
But yeah.
Does it say how much this is? If people that own it before will get this as a free update?
I have no idea. I don't know any specifics about that. I wouldn't be surprised if they charge it for $20, like they've done with the StarCraft 2 titles, Wings of Liberty, Heart of the Swarm, and Legacy of the Void.
Right.
But honestly, $20 is not a lot, especially if they're going to remaster a game as good as Brood War.
Yeah.
I definitely consider that well worth the money. If not, if it's free, that's even better. But I don't know. We'll still have to see though.
Whoa. Sorry. Didn't get much sleep last night because we did a drunk stream. Well, I did a drunk stream last night.
Yeah, like a fool.
I got fucked up. I did upload the Resident Evil 7 part, so you guys can check that out on the channel. Some of you were there, especially in the chat right now. I think Platinum was in there, and so was, who else was in there? Jordan? Yeah, it was Platinum and Jordan, I believe.
I tried to tell you not to do it.
Well, needless to say, I woke up a fucking wreck. I still don't feel good, but that's what the mac and cheese is for. That and a lot of soda and water.
Oh, don't do the soda. It ain't good for you. But yeah, mac and cheese. Get fat off that shit.
Good, did you say good fat?
Get fat off that shit, yeah.
Really?
I love me some mac and cheese.
Wait, what kind?
Mac and cheese, son. What are you talking about?
There's different brands.
Dofers?
Mom makes.
Homemade?
Well, this ain't
Overkill?
homemade. This is like the craft box.
Well, you should try Stouffer's, dude. Their mac and cheese is fucking dope.
I've tried Stouffer's before,
Pretty good.
but it's a little too frozen sometimes. Like,
Well, that
You know-
sounds like a personal problem. Not heat it up right. You fail to operate the oven because you don't have any Italian in your heritage.
listen, I got plenty of Italian. I just can't get the Italian out.
Mamma mia.
All right. Let's do a little bit of Rockitech news that we have. We are going to begin filming all this week for the mini monthlies podcast, or not podcast, episode 3, episode 3. We've already gotten some lines in from people, so be looking out for that. Hopefully it can be released the week of 26th of March all the way to the 1st of April. So one of those days.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do it on April Fool's Day.
Huh.
Maybe.
Oh. Oh, now you done told them what you're gonna do.
Who knows? Could be a prank, bro. I think that's it for Rockitech news. Oh, D&D. I am gonna just get off my ass and we're just gonna do D&D probably on that week also, Matt. Hopefully,
Which week?
the 26th of March.
26?
Wait,
Alright.
hold on. Either the 26th or April 2nd. I might lean towards April 2nd because I actually have a final, I think, on that weekend of the 26th. I'll say April 2nd if we can make it. If I can make it. If I don't get work. So it'll either be that Saturday or that Sunday.
Alright. I'll let you know if I have that possibly on Tuesday.
So, yep. That'll be the D&D
Or
sessions.
my work week for next week. Actually, wait.
We'll figure it out. Upcoming
that yet.
games. You guys love it. We'd like to see it. What's coming soon? March 21st, Mass Effect Andromeda. We were just talking about that on all platforms. 21st again, Toukiden? Toukiden?
Tokiden? Or some shit? I don't
Toukiden
know.
2. Mario Sports Superstars. That's coming for the 3DS. Still bad score. The Out of the Park Baseball 18. For the week of March 27th through April 2nd, we've got Dark Souls 3 coming out on March 28th with a Ringed City. Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 to 2.5 Remix for the PS4.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is. We'll see. MLB The Show 2017. That's going to be March 28th. Vikings Wolves of the Midgard. March 28th again. That's an action RPG. Interesting.
Interesting.
Very interesting. And we've got, for our final game, Thimbleweed Park. For PC and Xbox One. And the thumbnail looks like a Mii Sports character. Coming out March 30th. It's an odd bunch, but yes. So, if you guys don't have anything else to say, I think it's time to end this podcast.
The only thing I can think left to say is, I think Kane told me that, Total War Warhammer series is going to be done like the original Dawn of War, where it's going to be modular. So, I think they're going to add 1 or 2 more games to that, and if you own all 3, you get to play with every single race offered. I think that's all the news I have.
Okay. That's good to know. Yeah. Alright.
I felt the enthusiasm in that.
Sorry. I'm very much trying to... I'm still trying to recover. Still trying to recover from my hangover.
I understand.
I need chicken. I need chicken inside this body right now. I don't care how you get it to me. Alive, dead, you know, in a dress.
I'll send a NIGHTBOT.
You can find food for me. So, I'd like to thank my audience here, our audience, for joining us on this week's episode of the Rocket Lounge Podcast, episode 3. We've got... Season 2, yes. I'd like to thank my crew here for joining me also. We got Farmer Ted.
Yeah!
We've got MandyBot.
Later.
I'm going to slowly take away that Matt the Dead Man Hatter away from you. It's just going to be... By my mother's mandible, you will just have MandyBot in your name from now on. It'll happen, Matt. And we've got Dylan.
Goodbye.
Thank you all for joining us for this very special, not so special episode of the Rocket Lounge Podcast. I am your captain. Woo! And we will very much see you again. Who knows if I'll live stream a little later on tonight or not? We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, thank you, and we'll see you guys again.
Later.
Adios.